So the season is over, but Tammy Abraham and AS Roma's love story might continue. Today, we're going to talk about him, the most important player over the course of this entire season. No matter what happens on Wednesday, Tammy has been the most prolific, the most important, the most decisive player throughout this season. Obviously, there have been other players with him, but we are going to talk about Tammy Abraham's season today, and we are going to talk about how Tammy has declared love to this club. Now, before starting this live stream, however, ladies and gentlemen, smash a good old like button if you think Lazio will lose tonight. In fact, if you smash the like button, Lazio will lose. I've got this weird vision of Lazio losing tonight. Am I weird to have it? I really think Lazio could lose points tonight. I mean, I don't really care, because the most important thing is us getting Europa League. If we get 5th or 6th, I couldn't care less, but it's always good to get before them. But I've got this weird vision of them losing points today. Who knows? But Tammy, now we have a player which has really wanted to show everyone what football according to him meant. Now, he is someone who has been given, quite many chances at Chelsea over the last couple of years, but he never really managed to grab that faith from the managers. Lampard started him way more than Tuchel when he arrived, but, even when Lampard started, he never really gave that sort of confidential boost to the manager, and that is one of the reasons, in my opinion, of why Tammy left Chelsea this summer. Because if Tuchel, if Lampard, if all of these big parts of Chelsea Football Club noticed that Tammy was a big part of their project, then I don't think they would have sold him, especially this easy. But he has turned down the expectations which most people had, gathered about him, and he decided to, for a new tournament, for a new league. He decided to for a new experience in a new country, in a very different way of football. And something which I always love to point out is how much Tammy didn't want to come to Roma, and how now basically he is in love with this club. If we flash back to the end of August, when we were talking about Tammy Abraham, Tammy didn't want to join for Roma, and he said it in many interviews over throughout this season that it was Mourinho which made him want to join Roma. If it wasn't for Mourinho joining Roma this summer, we would not have Tammy as part of our attack. And just to think how much his expectations changed, how much his reality changed, from going, I'm not too convinced about this club, I don't really want to join this club, to yesterday, after the last Serie A match of the season, going, journalists asking him, will we see you wearing a Roma jersey next season? And he said, my heart is here. The fans gave me the heart, and right now, my full heart is in this city, is in this club, in front of these fans. That is literally what he said. And, it gives a boost to the entire team also coming towards Wednesday. All the teams know that, all the players, know that Tammy is the most important player in the team. And, having said this, it kind of reassures them. So it does really give a good morale boost when it comes to Wednesday. But, I am going to talk about Tammy's transfer market, because, it would be a lie of me if I said that Tammy wouldn't be catching the interest of many teams in this area, in the Premier League, So, you see, we have a situation where Tammy performing well for our club is a bonus for us. Because one, we can show everyone how good the investment was to buy Tammy Abraham. And second of all, because, we can say that we have got a good striker. We have got a really good striker who in his first year in the Serie A. Now, I would like to emphasize how much the Premier League is different to the Serie A, how much, England is different to Italy, how much Italian fans are different to English fans. He scored 17 goals in the Serie A, 9 goals in the Conference League, he assisted 4 times, and he got in a Europa League, and he's in a Conference League final. And out of these, 27 goals, something like that, he only scored 3 penalties. It's probably 3 penalties. Yeah, it is 3 penalties. You see, we have someone which has turned down every single expectation of every single, football fan. I would never have put a bet on Tammy scoring this amount of goals in his first season. He has become, yesterday he scored 2 goals and he broke the record. He became the first Englishman to score as many goals in the Serie in the first single year, in the first new year. And these records are amazing, but obviously there is a negative side to these records, which is, continuing like this. Obviously big clubs are gonna, try and invest money to get Tammy back in the Premier League. Now, I am saying the Premier League because I can't see teams in the Serie A buying him. I can't see teams in La Liga buying him. I can't see teams in the Bundesliga buying him. I mean, I could, but I can't see Tammy joining them. So, I can see, however, Premier League clubs getting back on Tammy Abraham. And one of the problems of Tammy scoring so many goals and performing so well over the course of this season is that good records, good statistics, big clubs have got an eye on him. What's important for Tammy right now is to stick with his loyalty. Because I am going to say it, Tammy's a great player, 100%. But I think the majority of these goals, not the majority, because, he needs to take credits for the things he's done. But I'd say 40% of what Tammy did this season was because of the faith of the fans, the faith of the manager, and just the friendship, the relationship, the bond which has been built between the two sides. I think what's important for Tammy to do right now, if he wants to continue these amazing records, is stick with his loyalty. Because, you see, yes, nowadays football is all about money. But we have seen so many players in the latest years of football following the money path and not going absolutely anywhere. Tammy right now is living such a good moment. In a club where he feels as if it's his. In a club where he's loved. In a club where he loves them, in a city where he's loved, in a city where he loves it. Why would Tammy just randomly give up all of this? Because yes, he can go in a better club, but it is hard to get all of these things combined in another club. Now, I think Tammy should stick with loyalty, and I already said this. But once again, I think I can't see him leaving Roma this summer. Now, clubs which are interested in him in the Premier League, obviously, United aren't, because Ronaldo is staying. If Ronaldo left with under Ten Hag, then I do agree that United would have definitely pointed their eyes on him. But Ronaldo is staying. Man City just bought Haaland, so they are not interested in Tammy anymore. What do we have? We have Chelsea, who can do the buyback clause again. And we've got, I'd say, Arsenal were a big chance for Tammy Abraham. But now that they've bottled top, well, not mathematically, but they are going to bottle top 4, I do think that they cannot be spending a lot of money, over the course of their transfer market. So I do think if Arsenal got into Champions League football, their interest on Tammy would have boosted 100% more than now. Tottenham, on the other hand, have Harry Kane. He's grabbing the faith back under Conte. He's back in the Champions League, most probably. So I can't see Kane leaving this summer. The only Premier League club which right now, at time of speaking, 21st of May, I'd say is the biggest threat for Tammy Abraham, I'd probably say Chelsea if they buy back him. Obviously they do need to pay Roma some money, but never in a million years would I accept that money instead of Tammy. It is hard to find a player which will do better than Tammy in his first season. So we need to keep Tammy. And I think the loyalty, the friendship, the relationship which has been built between the fans, Mourinho and Tammy is the big factor in this. You know, Tammy said it in many interviews, his heart is in Rome, his heart is in the city of Rome, his heart is in front of these fans. And I'm going to say it again. Why would he give up everything he has on his side in a beautiful city like Rome, in a beautiful fan base like Roma, who have shown incredible support to Tammy, incredible faith to Tammy? Look at all these records. First Englishman to score in his first year in the Serie A. He wouldn't want to continue these records. Yes, there is a possibility that he can say no, right? I think I am going to go back to the Premier League, but I can't see Tammy doing it. In fact, I have this vision, as well as the vision I have of Lazio losing points tonight, that I can see it. I can visualize it. I can see Tammy staying in this club for life. It's going to be hard. And I'm going to say it again. Football has evolved in such a way that it is basically impossible to see these players again. But you see, I can see it happening. Because if he builds, now it's going to be very hard, right? Don't base your knowledge too much on what I'm going to say in the next few minutes. But I can see it. Now, one of the few reasons why... Forget the fact that Totti was born in Roma and supported Roma, because that obviously did play a big part in him staying for life. Forget about that. Forget about him supporting Roma since he was a kid and him being from Rome. I think it's all about faith in creating that bond with the fans. If the fans love you and you love the fans, then it's gonna be hard to say goodbye. I'm not even trying to say it. I'm not even gonna dare to say it. That Tammy will be the new Totti in this club, because no player will ever be like Totti in this club. But I can see out of what Tammy has built by himself in this club, when it comes to just building that bond between the fans, I think he's the player who's done it the most this season. I think I have this vision of him staying until the day his career ends. It's gonna be hard. It takes a lot of dedication. You know, let's not forget that Totti refused to go to Real Madrid back when he was a Roma player, where he would have probably won Champions Leagues and most probably a Ballon d'Or. He refused all of that to stay in his home city, in front of his home fans, in the club he loves. You know, Tammy loves this club so much. Now, it takes hard work to do what Totti did. It does take a lot of hard work. Because the second a big offer comes, if Tammy wants to be that guy, he needs to say no. And I've said it, I'm going to say it again. Football has evolved in such a way. Look at Mbappe now. Look at Mbappe now. The only reason why he decided to stay at PSG is because money. That is the only reason why. Because if he actually thought about it and reflected it, kind of following the non-money path, at PSG, he's going to win absolutely nothing. At Real Madrid, he had the chances of winning everything and most probably then become Ballon d'Or winner. At PSG, he's not going to win anything apart from that Farmers League. Don't you dare say PSG are going to win the Champions League next season, because they are never going to win a Champions League. Mbappe only stayed at PSG because of money. You see, that's what Tammy needs to avoid when it comes to other clubs. Saying no. I would much rather stay in the club I belong to than go in a club. Look at Lukaku. Another example of that. I think a big reason why Lukaku joined Chelsea this summer is because of money. And look at him now. That is the problem with Tammy. And what I'm saying is, you have this opportunity where in the first season you've grabbed all the faith you can get from the fans, from the manager. You've grabbed the statistics. You've grabbed the record of the first Englishman scoring the most goals in the first season in this era. You have everything you possibly can have. Why do you give it up? Because look at Lukaku now. He's destroyed his career. Lukaku's never going to become the player he was at Inter Milan. This is why I think players nowadays need to kind of reflect more on what they're going towards and kind of find a tangent other than the money factor. Because yes, the money factor is nowadays a big factor. But there have been so many cases of players which have ruined their careers because of money. And Tammy has got everything he can possibly have at this club. The only thing which it's gonna be hard for him is Champions League, Serie A, which doesn't happen every year in as Roma. The only thing which I could understand why he wants to leave, because he wants that step forward, is because of the Champions League. But it's the faith which I think counts the most. And Tammy's got everything now, and I think giving it up would be the equivalent of PSG bottling the Champions League or Man City bottling the Champions League. But right now, transfer market, Tammy's gone like that. My heart is in Rome. My future is in Rome. I love the club. I love the city. I love the fans. That's what he said yesterday after the last match of the Serie A. That to me hints that at least for next season, Tammy's wearing a Roma jersey. And that is so important. Because if we were to sell Tammy, then once again, we're building steps of a new cycle. And if he leaves, bang, that cycle falls again. And it's been a continuous problem in this club. We've discussed this so many times. Because we've had top players, which yes, some of them had to be sacrificed, to repay our debts and stuff, but not all of them. And that is the biggest mistake this club has made over the past couple of years. But I think Tammy is staying next season. That's what I think. I think if he keeps on like this, big clubs will point their eyes on him. But once again, it's all on him. But next season, let's focus on the present. Let's focus on the short-term future. Tammy, in my opinion, will be staying. I mean, not in my opinion. Most probably he will be staying next season. He has announced this yesterday after the Torino match. Now, if we win the Conference League, then that's gonna be even a bigger boost. So it's very, very, very important that we keep him, and I think he loves him, and I think we'll keep Tammy next season. But let's see some. Let me read some comments. Right, has anyone ever told you that you look a lot like Belotti? Oh my God, everyone tells me this. It's been like 10th person who tells me this. What do we have? Oh my God, Genoa is so bad. Genoa losing 1-0 at home against Bologna. Genoa in the Serie B, the most historic club in the Serie A, has been relegated. Like, that is mental. But tonight we've got Fiorentina, Juventus, Lazio, Verona, and Atalanta, Empoli. Matches which we don't care about anymore now that we won against Torino. Matches which we would have definitely cared about if we didn't win yesterday. But obviously, I hope who do we think is getting Conference League? Fiorentina or Atalanta? Because Atalanta tonight will win. If Fiorentina wins as well, then it's Fiorentina who goes there. But Fiorentina are playing against Juventus. So who gets there? Let me know in the live chat who's getting Conference League, Fiorentina or Atalanta. I am gonna answer a quick question. Not fully. I am gonna anticipate a quick question. I've been asked a lot of questions on what will happen during the summer, like summer plans and stuff. I will announce the summer plans in a couple of weeks, but videos will come up, and I will just announce some changes and stuff, some things which to look forward over the course of this summer, because I have amazing plans. I have this massive plan which I'm still organizing, but it would be great, and I've got fun videos, obviously transfer market. But we'll talk about summer plans in a few weeks. Let that Conference League final go, and then we'll talk about the summer. Then it's gonna be a great summer though. And then next season, obviously Serie A this season is starting very, very, very early. Due to the fact that the Serie A is starting early because of the World Cup being basically in November, December. So yeah. I think we will have an early start, but I will tell you all the plans towards after Conference League. We have obviously June, end of June. We have the entire of June. Then we've got July, and then August. August is when the Serie A starts back again. So yeah, I'll talk about that in a couple of weeks. But don't worry, content will still come. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, smash the subscribe button. Let's try and get 5,000 subscribers as fast as possible. If you haven't already, share the link of the channel with your families and friends. Smash the like button if you haven't already, and comment in the comments one word to describe Tammy Abraham over the course of this entire Serie A season. Also follow me on Instagram over there in the yellow box. That's Simon_AS_. I'm reading some comments and then I will end the stream. I love Jose. I love Roma because of Jose. Simon, how are you? Nice to listen to your news. Thanks for updating about Roma news. If I had the chance to play under Mourinho, was going to pay more than 100%. I can't afford to miss Roma game. Imagine if he was surrounded with great players. He will be now top scorer. Anyway, I'm confident he will stay for years because of Mourinho, just like that. Tammy could have had two more yesterday if it weren't for selfishness of other attackers. Yeah, and also something we'll talk about next in the next couple of weeks. Now that plan of this week, Conference League. We're gonna start talking about the Conference League tomorrow. It's gonna be a long preview of the most important match of the season. And then after the Conference League, we'll start talking about transfer market and stuff. That will be the biggest thing over the course of the summer. So we'll talk about Zaniolo, Mkhitaryan, and then we'll talk about other players which we're planning to buy. We need a good number 10 next season, 100% agree on that. Atalanta says Logical Fuzzy Watch. Atalanta says HZO. Fiorentina have Juventus, Atalanta have Empoli, unless you've given 3 points in exchange for a discount on Vlahovic. I don't know. I can see Fiorentina winning, to be honest. Juventus aren't playing for absolutely anything, and Juventus this season, I've said it again, are absolutely appalling. Plus, Vlahovic will be playing back in Florence. We've seen it last time. He almost got abused. If Fiorentina and Atalanta both win, I want Fiorentina to go. I think the Conference League is a great tournament for clubs like Fiorentina. So I want to give it. I think they deserve it. They've been performing phenomenally. I think they deserve it way more than Atalanta. So I am going for them today. And obviously I'm going for Verona to beat Lazio so that we can say we got in front of them. But frankly speaking, who cares about that? Tammy is saying, yeah, I'd say yes. In the final, I hope Shomurodov plays behind Tammy. They paired up well up front. I agree with that, but let's not remember that Torino yesterday didn't have nothing to play for, so it did make it easier for us. Shomurodov didn't play bad yesterday, but obviously Feyenoord will approach the match in a very different way than Torino yesterday, who were mid of the table, nothing to play for. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you tomorrow with the start of the biggest match of the season. It's on Wednesdays, the match. And then starting from tomorrow, we will be talking about that match because it is gonna be